another good time to see you. Our dear partner, we appreciate you for always making the power circuits your favorites. This program is a result of sustained commitment by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, the only company with the mandate of transmitting bulk electricity in Nigeria. I am Amara Agogoisi, and together we'll get the best of this time. Let's take the headlines, please. Upgrade of national power grid ongoing nationwide, says Minister of Power, Engineer Bubakar D. Aliyu. TCN holds Maiden Human Resource Conference in Abuja. WAP adopts working documents projects at General Assembly in Senegal. In the interview segment, the Regional Operations Manager Abuja Region of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Desoya Adetunji Bashiri, we discussed the process of automating power systems and building capacity for staff in the region, which services the capital city of Nigeria with bulk power supply. Get comfortable and enjoy your view with the power circuit. The Minister of Power, Engineer Bubakar D. Aliyu, says upgrade of the national grid is currently ongoing in all parts of the nation. The minister stated this when he inspected the ongoing upgrade of the 330 kilovolts Kumboso transmission substation and the brand new 330 kilovolts Rimin Zakara transmission substation, both in Kano. Here is the report.
Engineer Aliyu, while speaking at the 132 kilovolts Agundi transmission substation in Kano, said the government was injecting enormous resources to upgrade the national grid, which is the first of its kind in the history of Nigeria. The minister said efforts are ongoing to bring more bulk electricity to Kano, but noted the challenge of right-of-way of power transmission lines.
We want to bring more electricity. The line has aged. It's over 50 years old and it cannot carry. The capacity has reduced and we cannot reconduct because of the encumbrance we are having along the right-of-way. You cannot go in with equipment and walk. So we have to get these people to move out, those who have built on our right-of-way. But they are our people. We have to find a way to talk with them, and the closest to them is the governor.
Speaking on his commitment towards resolving the right-of-way issues, Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano said the state needs more electricity and will support the federal government in this quest.
Absolutely necessary to provide electricity, adequate electricity to the people of Kano State. And from his explanation, he will be able to provide about 2,000 megawatts, while now we are having only less than 600 megawatts. So you can see the increase is more than even double. So we must double our efforts. It is a must, is a task that must be done, I assure you.
The minister went to the 330 132 kilovolt Rimin Zakara transmission substation, where he inspected the state-of-the-art components of the substation. The switchyard is equipped with modern power devices for optimal service delivery. There are multiple power transformers at the 330 kilovolts level and also at the 132 kilovolts level, with several feeders to evacuate power to other 132 kilovolt substations, as well as distribution load centers in Kano and its environs. Officials of the contractor firm conducted the minister around the project, assuring that the substation will soon be ready to be energized. The minister further expressed concern about the encroachment of the right-of-way of power lines, which he had earlier discussed with Governor Abdullahi Ganduje of Kano State. The minister also inspected the 330 132 kilovolt Kumboso transmission substation, which is in the operation and the largest active power facility in Kano.
The West African Power Pool WAP has held its 56th Executive Board meeting in Dakar, Senegal. The meeting preceded the 17th session of the WAP General Assembly. It was presided by the chairman of the WAP Executive Board and Managing Director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz.
At the Executive Board meeting, the board adopted several documents submitted for approval by various expert committees for the General Assembly. This is towards realizing more milestones in the coming year, including progress on the North Core transmission projects. This project is for a 330 kV transmission line connecting Nigeria with Niger, Benin, Togo, and terminates at Burkina Faso. Engineer Abdulaziz stated that his mission is to see that the regional electricity market will have more flexibility and provide the opportunity to buy or sell electricity from any of the ECOWAS member countries.
We are working according to plan, and that the next phase of the regional electricity market is a step forward. My dream is that one day our electricity market will give us more flexibility and the opportunity to buy or sell electricity from any of the ECOWAS member countries.
Chairman of the WAP Executive Board, Engineer Abdulaziz, while addressing the 17th session of the WAP General Assembly on the theme, Development and Integration of Renewable Energies into the ECOWAS regional electricity markets. He thanked the President, Mr. Macky Sall, and the people of Senegal for hosting the General Assembly. He also lauded the members and urged them on financial commitments towards realizing the goals of WAP. Engineer Abdulaziz also discussed the recently adopted WAP working documents for the year 2023, believing that with the commitment of members, the pool will get closer to launching the regional electricity markets. He also mentioned some achievements of WAP this year, to include the completion of WAP Regional Grid Code, significant advancement in the construction of the WAP Information and Coordination Center, which is said will be completed and handed over this year. The WAP General Assembly comprises heads of power utilities in West Africa that are members of the pool. During the 39th coordination meeting of WAP Technical and Financial Partners, the Chairman Executive Board of WAP, Engineer Abdulaziz, presented the progress made with regard to the implementation of priority projects like the WAP Coordination and Information Center in Benin Republic, the synchronization of WAP interconnected network projects in preparation for the Phase 2 launch of the ECOWAS regional electricity markets.
We'll be right back after this break.
Oh my God, what caused this fire? Eh? Hey, God help us. Assuming this thing happened in the night, nobody from this building would have come out alive.
Madam, this is why we have warned landlords not to erect structures under the high voltage lines. If this high voltage line fell on the ground, nothing would have happened. But because this structure has been wrongly erected and the high voltage line fell on it, that is why whatever has happened has happened. We advise landlords to always consult the Transmission Company of Nigeria on their safety compliance on the right of way, so that something like this does not happen again.
Oga, we are talking of burnt house and you are talking of right of way. What is right of way and safety compliance?
Safety compliance simply means before erecting any structure around any electricity tower or line, there are safety distances you must adhere to. These safety distances are 25 meters on both sides of the electric tower in the case of a 330 kV, 15 meters on both sides of the electric tower in the case of a 132 kV, and 7.5 meters on both sides of the electric tower in the case of a 33/11 kV. These stipulated safety distance instructions are what we call right of way. If these simple, basic safety distances are adhered to, trust me, there will be less loss of property and lives resulting from cut transmission lines.
Visit Transmission Company of Nigeria office nearest to you for your safety regulations before erecting structures. Let us save lives and properties and build a stronger Nigeria. This message is from the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, has held its maiden annual Human Resource Conference, a platform that brought together all human resource officers across the 10 regions of the company and its headquarters. The maiden edition of the conference, which took place in Abuja, has the theme, Managing People Effectively, a comprehensive review of human resource policies and practice in TCN.
The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Dr. Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, who was represented by the Executive Director, Human Resource, Barrister Justin Dodo, extolled the activities of the human resource officers of the company and urged them to do more.
It will be worthy of note that over time, from the old days of NEPA and PCN, HR has performed outstandingly in areas of internal staff affairs, employment, welfare, retirement, and a host of other activities without the aid of consultants. I would like to at this time commend the efforts of the organizers of this conference and implore all participants to be very focused and contribute in ways that will bring about progress to HR and to TCN as a whole.
Mr. Dodo thanks the staff on being open to learning new schemes and how to manage staff during the 3-day conference session.
I want to appeal to all of us that we have come to learn, to relearn, and to unlearn. There are certain things that we have to unlearn. There are certain things we need to relearn during this conference, and there are things we are learning. I'm appealing to all of us to take advantage of this opportunity to make new friends, learn new things, so that you'll be a very good manager of people. If you're a good manager of people, I'm sure it will speak well for the success of this company.
Also, in his remarks, the Executive Director of Finance and Accounts, Malam Ahmad Issa Duse, tagged the staff on productivity and improvement on human resource management. The Executive Director, Transmission Service Provider TCN, Engineer Victor Adewumi, represented by the General Manager Program Coordination at TCN, Engineer Joseph Chiroma, congratulated the participants, noting that the company's policy direction lies more on them.
First, I want to congratulate all that are here from all the different regional offices, sub-regions, and also the work centers. It's a privilege that all of us are here. And from all the messages I've gathered here is that you are doing well, but today we decided to say you should come to Abuja for this conference so that I can manage effectively.
Chairman of the Organizing Committee and General Manager of Human Resource at the Transmission Service Provider section of TCN, Mr. Dahir Gabdo, welcomed the participants to the conference.
So to all participants, we would like to welcome your ideas as we participate in this program. We are expecting questions from you. We are expecting clarifications from you. That is why we are here. Ask a lot of questions, and therefore we will be able to rub our minds and then find lasting solutions to all our questions and answers.
Speaking, the special guest of honor and chairman of the Council of Chiefs in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, His Royal Highness Dr. Baba Yunusa, the owner of Abaji, tasked the participants to evaluate what they have learned towards utilizing the ideas for better results.
So we learn every day. We are here to learn. And what are we going to learn? Now our gathering here today is to move this organization, move forward. We shouldn't stay where we are. We know where we are today, but tomorrow, by the grace of God, we'll move forward. Because we learned through our mistake. So please, for the sake of God, let's try and learn. After our meeting, we should be friendly. We should try to give our own contribution, and we're supposed to sell ideas to many people.
The Director General, Bureau of Public Service Reforms, Mr. Dazuki Arabi, assured the participants on ensuring they take responsibility for managing staff of the company. Various other guests and TCN officials delivered comments and presentations on the various strategies that could drive the human resource departments of TCN better. The 3-day Human Resource Conference of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, ended with a gala night where the participants were celebrated.
This is the interview segment of the Power Circuit. Meet the Regional Operations Manager, Abuja Region of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Adesoya Adetunji Bashiri. In this session, Engineer Bashiri speaks of the various activities of automating the power system and building capacity for staff in the region, which serves the capital city of Nigeria with bulk power supply. What is the region doing to improve bulk power transmission in Abuja and its environs?
The region has a different department that make up the unit as Abuja Operation Region, and we do carry out interface meeting with each other. I also project our tasks ahead. What are we going to achieve, and how are we going to solve some of the bottlenecks that are on our way. And most importantly, there's no amount of effort we put in. If we don't carry Abuja Disco along, it should never get a good result. That's why we do constant communication with the Abuja Disco and also ask them what are the challenges they are facing in the field, how we can come in to resolve it for them, and they do respond on time. Our recent NEC, our regulatory body, set up a NEC discussion in our room meeting where we do at least 3 times a day meeting to review a day before performance and project ahead of the next day. There they tell us where you are doing badly and where you are improving and how you are contributing to the stability of the grid. So with that, things are not getting shaped. They mostly give credit to Abuja region in terms of performance.
We learned that the supervisory control and data acquisition system has been improved to boost automation in the region. Can you tell us more about it?
The SCADA is just ordinary tools in terms of engineering, which we use in seeing things in a remote area and on seeing things that which is not known to any engineers. So, be that it may be, we have seen improvement in terms of Katakpe. They have also done Ajakuta. Even with the assistant of the audit department, I explained to my head of audit, I said, these people not to be sitting in the office. They have to be going out on maintenance schedule. You may be seeing their papers. Don't be scared. It is their priority, it is their objective and their priority duty to carry out on a monthly basis. And up to now, SCADA has improved greatly in Abuja region.
The region services Abuja and its environs. Can you speak more on how TCN is minimizing downtime in bulk power evacuation to distribution load centers?
What we put in place is we make sure that we establish full communication, because without communication, you cannot carry out our duties effectively. So each station, we do ask them, times that number. If you are challenged with your communication gadget, quickly alert so that we will rectify it. And our technical crew, communication department, who are responsible for those things are 24/7 alert. I do tell them, I say, you maybe call at home anytime, respond to them. We also put in place internet facility for easy dissemination of data, so that with that data, you can be able to project your grid effectively. So those are the things we put in place for them, and we give them conducive environment to operate. If your welfare is taken care of, you will deliver good results to management.
TCN continuously emphasizes on training of staff, and the region has benefited immensely. How will this improve services in Abuja Transmission region?
If you are sent to a school and you graduated for the past 10, 20 years, and you are not refreshed periodically about what you learn in school, you will forget. So you won't blame those people who have acquired this skill as a professional system electrical operator and were not given refresher on the field training to revitalize their brain that why are you making this mistake? It's because we are all human. If you are not engineering them on quarterly or periodical view, you will not have good delivery from them. If you take them out of the wall of control room to a classroom for a refresher something, they will even feel sense of belonging that they recognize us. That what prompted us to say, okay, let us revitalize our brain and project our mission in another way. And sooner or later, you see Abuja to be the number one among the region that will be excelling effectively in terms of operational activities.
Just count all the blocks, eh?
Well, sir, we are a transmission company of Nigerian linesmen, and we just observed that you're about to erect a structure here.
You're very observant. Yes, I'm trying to put up a shopping mall of 200 shops that will serve this neighborhood. And I'm very excited about the project.
But sir, have you observed that it is under high tension transmission lines? It could snap, drop on the shopping mall and electrocute everyone inside it. Moreover, sir, these lines emit electromagnetic waves that are harmful to the health of human beings.
Really? This could cause so much harm?
Absolutely, sir. Imagine if there's a fire outbreak in the mall. It could destroy the transmission lines, causing outage to many states in the country. Erecting a structure under high-tension transmission lines will not help government efforts to grow our power supply and grow our economy. Be part of growth. Do not destroy electricity power installations. Little vigilance and concern on our part is necessary to protect transmission infrastructure nationwide. Be vigilant.
This message is brought to you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
Let's take you through the headlines again. Upgrade of national power grid ongoing nationwide, says Minister of Power, Engineer Abubakar D. Aliyu. TCN holds Maiden Human Resource Conference in Abuja. WAP adopts working documents projects at General Assembly in Senegal. And our interview personality today was the Regional Operations Manager, Abuja Region of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Adesoya Adetunji Bashiri. The management official of TCN discussed the automation of power systems and building capacity for staff in the region, which serves the capital city of Nigeria with bulk power supply. In the next edition, we'll be bringing to you a report on the official visit of the Executive Board of TCN to the Lagos region, as well as the central stores in Lagos, where scores of power transmission equipment were just delivered. We urge you to keep in touch with us on the TCN YouTube channel and these other platforms. We welcome our responses from you as it helps the company to deliver its power transmission expansion plan for the good of Nigeria. I am Amara Agugaisi saying hello.